We often think big changes require big actions. This isn't always true. In fact, the most profound transformations in our lives often come from the smallest, most consistent actions we take every day. It's easy to overlook these tiny steps, but they are the building blocks of significant change. Real transformation happens gradually, through small, consistent actions. Just like a river carves its path through the landscape over time, our daily habits shape the course of our lives. Each small action, repeated day after day, contributes to the bigger picture. Imagine a sculptor chipping away at a block of stone. With each precise strike, they remove a tiny piece of the stone, slowly revealing the form within. It's a process that requires patience, persistence, and a vision of the final masterpiece. Each small strike brings them closer to a masterpiece. The sculptor doesn't rush. They understand that each small action is crucial. Over time, these small actions accumulate, and the once rough block of stone transforms into a beautiful work of art. Think of a tiny seed growing into a mighty tree. It starts as a small, seemingly insignificant seed, but with the right conditions and consistent care, it grows into something magnificent. This growth doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that requires time and nurturing. It's not a sudden burst, but a slow, steady process. The seedling doesn't become a tree in a day, a week, or even a month. It takes years of steady growth, with each day contributing a little more to its eventual grandeur. Similarly, our habits, even the small ones, shape who we are and what we achieve. The small choices we make every day, whether it's reading a few pages of a book, taking a short walk, or practicing a skill, all add up over time. These tiny actions define our progress and success. Small changes, repeated consistently, compound over time. Just like a river collects small droplets of water to become a powerful force, our small actions accumulate to create significant results. It's the power of compounding, where each small effort builds upon the previous one. Like pennies saved, they eventually add up to a significant sum. Imagine saving a penny every day. It might seem trivial at first, but over time those pennies grow into a substantial amount. The same principle applies to our actions and habits. The key is to start small and stay consistent. Don't underestimate the power of tiny actions. They are the foundation of great achievements. By focusing on small, manageable steps and maintaining consistency, we can achieve remarkable transformations in our lives.
We often see others' success and think it happened overnight. We see the accolades, the achievements, and the end results, but we rarely see the journey that led them there. What we don't see is the years of hard work and dedication behind it. The late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, and the relentless pursuit of their goals. Every expert was once a beginner. They started with a dream, a vision, and took the first step towards it, just like a seedling sprouting from the ground. Think of a professional athlete. Their journey is not just about the moments of victory, but also about the countless hours of practice, the early mornings, and the setbacks they faced along the way. Their journey is filled with countless hours of practice, early mornings, and setbacks. They push through the pain, the injuries, and the doubts, always keeping their eyes on the prize. Success is not a destination, but a journey of small, consistent efforts. It's about the daily grind, the small victories, and the progress made over time. We are often too focused on the finish line that we forget to enjoy the process. The journey itself is where the true growth happens, where we learn, evolve, and become better versions of ourselves. Embrace the small steps, celebrate the progress, and remember that every journey starts with a single step. Each small effort, each tiny improvement, brings us closer to our goals. So, take that first step, keep moving forward, and enjoy the journey along the way.
Imagine investing a small amount of money regularly. Over time, thanks to compound interest, that small amount can grow significantly. The same principle applies to our habits. Small improvements, when repeated consistently, create a compounding effect. Just like compound interest, these small changes accumulate and lead to remarkable results. Even a 1% improvement each day can lead to significant growth over a year. It's not about making drastic changes, but about making small, sustainable improvements.
Big goals can feel overwhelming. We often get discouraged and give up before we even start. The key is to break down those big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Think of climbing a mountain. It's daunting to look at the summit, but focusing on the next step makes it achievable. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the top. Instead of trying to change everything at once, focus on one small habit at a time. Small steps are easier to manage and make the journey less intimidating.
Starting is often the hardest part. We tend to overthink and get caught up in the details. The key is to simply start, even with a small step. Think of a train starting from a standstill. It takes a lot of energy to get moving, but once it gains momentum, it becomes easier to keep going. The same applies to our habits. Once you start taking action, even small ones, you build momentum. Each step, no matter how small, makes the next one easier.
Consistency is key when it comes to small steps. It's not about perfection, but about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Imagine a river carving its way through rock. It's not the strongest current, but the most consistent that creates the deepest canyons. Similarly, our consistent actions shape our lives. Don't be discouraged by setbacks. It's okay to stumble along the way. What matters is that you get back up and continue taking those small, consistent steps.
We all face resistance when trying to establish new habits. Our minds come up with excuses and we tend to procrastinate. The key is to acknowledge the resistance and act anyway. Think of a rocket launching into space. It has to overcome immense gravity to break free. Similarly, we need to overcome our inner resistance to start and build new habits. One way to overcome resistance is to make the first step incredibly easy. Start with a small action that takes less than 2 minutes to complete.
It's important to acknowledge and celebrate our small victories along the way. Each small win, no matter how insignificant it may seem, reinforces our positive behavior. Think of a marathon runner celebrating at every mile marker. These small celebrations provide motivation and encouragement to keep going. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Rewarding yourself for small wins releases dopamine, which further motivates you to continue the positive behavior. It creates a positive feedback loop that fuels your journey.
Don't let the pursuit of perfection hold you back. It's okay to make mistakes and stumble along the way. What matters is that you learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. Think of a child learning to walk. They fall countless times but get back up each time, learning and growing with each attempt. Embrace imperfection as part of the process. Focus on progress, not perfection. Every step you take, even if it's not perfect, brings you closer to your goal. It's about the journey, not just the destination.
Remember the old saying, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." No matter how daunting the task may seem, taking that first step is crucial. Think of a writer facing a blank page. The task of writing a book can be overwhelming. But by focusing on writing one word at a time, they eventually complete the manuscript. Every journey, no matter how long or challenging, starts with a single step. Focus on the present moment. Take that first step and trust that the journey will unfold.
You have the power to transform your life through small, consistent actions. Every day presents a new opportunity to make a positive change, no matter how minor it may seem. Don't underestimate the impact of tiny habits. These small actions, when repeated consistently, can lead to significant transformations over time. Embrace the power of compounding and start building the life you desire. Just like a river carves its path through persistence, your consistent efforts will shape your future. Think of a sculptor revealing a masterpiece from a block of stone. Each careful chisel, each deliberate stroke contributes to the final work of art. You too have the potential to sculpt your life through small, consistent actions. Every decision you make, every step you take is a stroke of the chisel on your life's masterpiece. Unleash your potential, one step at a time. Remember, it's not about making giant leaps, but about taking consistent, small steps that lead to big changes. Start small, stay consistent, and celebrate your progress. Each small victory is a step towards your larger goal. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That first step, no matter how small, is the beginning of your transformation. Take that step today and watch your life transform. With each step, you move closer to the life you envision. Believe in the power of your actions and the potential within you.